Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Another Spec Racer Ford Series race at Spa for week 2. Going out for qualifying now, going to try to do the best that I can. Fun track. I will be interested to see how fun it is in these cars, given that they, for the length of the track, they are a bit underpowered. So I'm assuming draft is going to come into play big time, so not sure if there's going to be enough, spots to be able to outbrake people, take different lines, separate yourselves that way to where you can get away from a car and not have the draft just make or break your race in terms of, being able to defend a position or gain a position. So just going to do the best that I can to try to get 2 clean laps in qualifying, start towards the front. Still, again, always just going to be kind of used as extra practice for me in a sense because of how limited experience I have in road racing and how few laps I turn. Even at this, I did run a endurance race for fun with a group of league racers that I run with, and that helped me get familiar with the track in a sense, but that was in a GT3 car and obviously completely different to this, so I'm still really working to get through the road racing side and get better at that. So just thought this would be fun to do. I enjoyed it last week even though I did not drive it very well, so just thought it'd be good to get another one out and try to have some fun with it. A lot of sections where I'm still not taking full advantage of, either pushing it too wide, not pushing it wide enough, and the turns that lead into the long straights are obviously very critical to being able to set up a good lap time. That's where you're going to carry a ton of momentum, and a couple miles an hour out of the corner can make a massive difference in terms of your overall lap time. That's a section that I'm still having problems with. Overshot the chicane. For whatever reason, I just lose a ton of time in that section, so thankfully it's the warm-up lap, not the qualifying lap, so looks like also only going to be getting 1 lap in for qualifying just because of how long these laps take here, so just going to have to make this one the best that I can. Didn't want to slide the tires that much coming out of the last corner, but it's going to come to the green, try to get 1 lap in, start as best as I can. See if I can get through this section well. Haven't had issues with getting through it wide open. It's just a matter of getting through it and keeping up the most amount of momentum. That's been make or break. I can easily lose a couple tenths, or I can gain half a tenth to a tenth if I hit it right. And of course, my lap times, as you can see by the optimal, are incredibly slow compared to what the fast guys are doing. I think I had a goal of being in the 2:44s for qualifying, and the fast guys are even going to be 2 seconds faster than that. So just trying to do the best that I can with very limited experience and still give you guys something entertaining that's fun to watch. So goal for the race this time is to really focus on running within my means, even if that's a bit slower, not overextending myself and causing all the wrecks and spinouts that I had in the last one. Hopefully try to show a good improvement from that. Kind of was pushing in practice and figuring out how hard could I push and where were my boundaries so that I know those and not how to step over them. But also as I went with that, I kind of learned some sections that I could actually push a little bit harder and still stay within my boundaries and my driving ability. So kind of overshot the corner a little bit there. Even if I can get into the low 245s, for the split, that may not be that fast, but for me, I'll be pretty happy with that overall. Almost got lucky to not get an off track there. Just got to do the best that I can to try to clean up this last section, and of course, not overshoot the chicane like I did the warm-up lap. kind of learning how much I need to breathe the throttle and lift in that section to get through it a little bit quicker. Well, definitely not overshooting the chicane. Lost a ton of time. Like I said, I just cannot figure out how to get through that section quickly at all. I'm always losing 3 to 4 tenths through that section. It's just, I'm so terrible at driving that section. So I'll be lucky to be in the mid 245s. Spun the tires a little bit too much there, gained a little bit of time lost from the chicane, so it should be about break even through this section. And gonna come across to get the white flag, just get the first lap in. Obviously not gonna have enough time to get the second one in. I don't know if anybody would, but gonna keep out here just to keep getting experience in the laps of all the sections. So even if I can't get back to the chicane, and if by some chance, you know, they let me complete the lap, which they won't, I'll stay out here to try to get as good of a time as I can. But sitting fourth right now, so not sure how many cars qualified, but you know, in absolute terms, that's not too bad. Although I was car number 6, so should be a bit faster in terms of relative strength of the split. Kind of messed up that section there, but trying to recover as best as I can. This downhill section here, I've definitely been struggling with quite a bit. See, that section along with the chicane of probably my 2 biggest problem areas that tend to kill my lap times as a whole. If I could clean those 2 up, it would definitely be much more competitive lap times as a whole. But it's all learning experience, and again, when I'm as terrible I am at road racing, it's to be expected in a sense. It's a section, if I hit it right, I probably could drive it flat out, but every time I try to do that, that's when I kill the momentum down that straightaway or end up with an off track. So fell back to 5th. We'll see if that actually happened or if I ended up a little bit further behind. Get gridded up in just a minute. Check out one more thing. Am starting 5th. There was 9 cars that turned time, so back half, basically right in half. It's about second off, 9 tenths or so. Probably could have made up maybe 3 or 4 tenths. Don't think I have pace to be up front, but as you saw the last one, anything can happen, wrecks can happen. So see what we can do. Got some fast cars that didn't qualify, or should, you know, in theory be fast. Would expect them to be pretty quick overall. They may be working their way up. Thankfully, it is a standing start. It would be a very agonizingly long pace lap if that's what we were doing.
66 Fahrenheit, P5. Okay, Jake, nice and neat. Stay out of trouble. Go, go, go.
Still spinning the tires too much on the start, but not a terrible start. Was able to get by the 8. It's going to take it easy through here, kind of just get up to speed. Ride along. Have not done any real drafting practice with these to see how much of an effect that's going to have. I'm going to assume that's going to be a pretty big deal, so kind of want to stay in it. Looking like the 7's pretty slow, so just going to follow the 3 through into this section. 3 gets slowed up big time. Didn't mean to get into him. Kind of waited to see if he would get going. That just, I did not expect for him to brake that soon. That was completely my fault, so should have backed that braking point off a little bit more than I did. Still in 3rd, but feel bad for taking those guys out. Got the 8 looking to the inside. I'm just going to let him go to the inside. Kind of just get myself sorted back out. Not trying to pass them on the outside, just trying to establish a line, kind of roll around. 7 and the 12 are absolutely gone. 8 might have gotten into us the left side a little bit there. Car doesn't seem to be damaged too bad, just need to regroup, reset, and try to run all 9 knots clean from here, the rest of them. Like I said, I'm still really new to this, so I'm still going to make really dumb mistakes and trying to learn how to back stuff off on the beginning, and then when people deviate from lines, you know, they may not be braking at the same points as me, I got to learn how to adjust that. Got to keep the car on the track though, that's going to be the big thing to not collecting any more incident points. Just see how we sort out coming across the start-finish line to start lap 2. See the gap to the 12 and the 7, and the gap back to the 8 if I'm able to start chipping away at the cars in front and pull away from the 8 behind. You can see the drafts definitely come into play as the 8's gaining time, but it's also possible that the 8's just faster through that section than I am. Overshot the chicane, tried to keep it off the 1X, let the 8 by, thankfully nobody behind him, so only losing that spot there, but losing a ton of time. Need to brake sooner next time. Got a big group of cars behind, it looks like. 4's leading ahead of the 2, but the 2 and the 11 are pretty close by each other. Making sure that I don't overshoot this turn. Gotta keep working on applying the throttle a little bit smoother out of the corner so I don't spin the tires as much. At the line, we're going to be 1.2 back of the 8 and 2.3 ahead of the 4, so...
Come on, Jake, you're looking really good. Come on, keep your focus.
Able to pick up a spot there. Again, you know, feel really bad for that start, so... Just have to try to improve everything as best as I can, keep it clean, and again, get back to what I said about driving within my limits instead of, you know, pushing too hard, so... Guessing this is probably a bottom split race for this, or second split if it's split 3 times. Should be not shifting into 3rd there. That was a complete driving error on my part. Just, I don't know what I was thinking shifting there, so gotta stay in 2nd, roll that corner. Thankfully the 8 had a bit of a mistake as well, so we didn't really pull away too much, although if I would have driven that correctly I could have easily closed up on him. I think a 3rd place is probably going to be a decent finish for this, and probably all I'm really going to have the potential for, you know, without any kind of wrecks or anything like that. 8's actually pulling away, so if he doesn't make mistakes, it may honestly be a 4th place finish. Kinda got a bit too much of the curb there. Spun the tires a little bit. 8's got a good run out of that corner, is pulling away.
Okay.
Just gotta make sure I don't have problems with the chicane. Instead of focus specifically on the gap ahead, just need to, you know, focus on braking points, making sure I don't overshoot corners. I lose far more time if I overshoot corners than if I drive a little more conservatively. No pressure from behind, still a big gap back to the 4s, so that allows me to really concentrate on my driving lines. Trying to do my best not to spin tires there. See at the line, lost a little bit of time to the 8, but again I had some mistakes there that were avoidable, so 1.5 to the 8, 3.2 back to the 4. Able to get into the 244s, but I definitely have mid 244 pace for myself at least, which again, you know, compared to the leader, you can see the 7's just absolutely gone. It's not very quick, but Yeah, just gonna try to do the best that I can. See if I can keep it clean. Kind of caught a bit too much of the curve there. It got the car a little loose, but thankfully able to save it. 8's looking to the inside of the 12. If they continue to battle side by side, that could allow me to close back up.
The gap to cruise ahead is now 1.5 seconds.
Again, really just trying to make sure that I drive within the means, keep it on the track, keep it from sliding tires or drifting too wide. It'll allow me to have the best potential to make up any time if it's possible. And if not, it'll at least keep me from losing any time behind any more than, you know, is going to happen based on my pace. Which seems like have the pace to be able to sit in 4th. Feeling a little more confident, able to push that one wide open through the corner, which allows me to get a better run down the straightaway. You can see all 3 cars ahead based on the routes that we're pulling away, so definitely think I'm probably just a 4th place car. Which is okay. I mean, maybe I have some damage from that initial bump on the 3 that's gonna hurt the car, but overall I won't be too unhappy with being a 4th place car. Just want to try to stay close to cars, at least have a shot to give you guys something interesting to watch. A little bit of a better run through the chicane, however the 8 and 12 were side by side and swapping positions through the chicane, so that hurt their runs as well. Oh, locked it up, lost it. Got in a little too early, looked like the 8 actually either did the same thing or the 12 got into him, so able to gain position there even though I screwed up. Somehow did not get a 2x for loss of control. Not really sure how that happened. So able to come away in 3rd and have a bigger gap. I know I had no bearing on the 8. I mean, he might have locked it up trying to avoid me, but I feel like I really wasn't there. We'll have to go back and take a look. It might have been the 12 getting into the 8, or it might have been the 8 just locking it up. So I just flat out drove it in too deep before I got on it and held the brakes a little too hard. These don't have ABS, so compared to the GG3 cars that I drove here, it's obviously a little bit easier to spin it. Sorry about that popping up. Not sure what happened there. At least able to close that out quickly. Overshot that corner a bit, just trying to keep it within the lines. Looking like it might be a bit of a boring race now because the 12 is gone. He's about 4 seconds ahead, and I don't think I'm going to be able to close up on him. The leader obviously is way gone. Even without the mistake, he was way gone, but that mistake just allowed him to pull further away. So we'll see if the 4 starts closing in on me at all, or if that gap kind of stabilizes. I come across the line this time by to be 4 done. We'll have 5 to go, so almost halfway. It's not a ton of laps, but obviously the laps here take quite a while on these cars, so ends up being about a normal length race for a D-Class series. Trying to run this section as fast as I can, see if I can make up some time both on the 12 and as well as my overall lap time. Just making sure that I don't overshoot the chicane. Just need to ease into the throttle as well, try to keep that as smooth as I can. That'll be my only shot to gain time. Spinning tires out of the corners obviously is not going to allow the car to accelerate as fast, and it'll kill the forward momentum. Try to hit this corner a little bit better. Looks like I gained a little bit of time on the 12. Take a look at the gap across the line, that way I can start tracking it again. 3.3 back, 4.4 or 4.1 ahead of the 4, so
245.85.
in a good spot in the middle to just kind of hang on to a third if nothing else. A little bit of room for me to make a mistake, but obviously I don't want to be making mistakes at all. Not quite there to being able to get a draft, at least I don't see how it would be this strong. So just really need to focus on good entries, smooth exits, and that'll be my best shot to try to make up any time to the 12 if it's possible. I feel like for me to make up time, that's, you know, this is gonna be a big section, as well as the last chicane will be 2 big sections for me to make up time, but looked like the 12 also got through that section pretty well, so I would say it almost could come down to if either one of us is gonna be one to make a mistake. That'll be the difference in who can finish second and who can finish third.
The gap in front is now 3.6 seconds.
Which, if I had to bet, I would say it would probably be me would be the one to make the mistake, but maybe I can surprise myself and actually run fairly clean. Got off track there, car broke to the inside, but at least able to keep it from spinning out, so lost some time to the 12. He got through that section much faster than me, but didn't really lose any time back to the 4 behind, so at least keeps me in third in a fairly comfortable spot. Just gonna try to see if I can get through this section any faster, try to make up any time, at least if nothing else, see if I have a shot at trying to increase my best lap. Got in a little too hard, could hear the tires spinning. Lost all of the gap back to the 4. Hopefully from the same pace though, I should be able to maintain that gap, if not pull away. No shot at the 12 now. Said I was going to be the one to make the mistake, and unfortunately I did, so again, not a very clean race. Hopefully better so far than the last one, but yeah, just kind of try to finish this one out as clean as I can, hang on to a 3rd place finish. Could be one of those where the finishing position is far better than what the driving says it should have been. 4 is going to be close enough now that he could easily get draft and get a good run down the straightaway, so just going to have to let him go. I mean, there's not really much I can do, and it would probably be beneficial to let him go and then be able to use the draft to my advantage to get back by him on a later lap. He backed out big time. I thought he was going to look to the inside. I was just staying high, staying to the left to let him go.
It's now 7.9 seconds.
Just got to try to regroup, drive my line, see if I can pull away from him. Not get on the brakes too hard. Be a little bit smoother on the throttle out to avoid any unnecessary wheel spin as well. So he got through that section a little bit better than the 4 did, able to gap him just a hair. Just gotta try to find the balance of, you know, pushing to keep the momentum up, but also not overdriving corners as well. That'll cost me more time. Overshot that corner. You can see how much the 4 was able to gain on me there.
Okay, Jake, don't let this guy distract you.
Could end up being a fairly decent battle between the 4 and I, now that he's close enough to have the draft come into play. Be 2/3 of the way done with the race this time. 6 down, 3 to go. Again, it's going to be who's going to tap and make the mistake first, I feel like. Unless he can really use the draft to his advantage. He's trying to ease through there, get through the chicane as quickly as possible. You can see I was able to open the gap up just a hair from where it was entering in. The further I can get away, the less the draft will be a factor. Closed up just a hair through that corner.
Look out for the pit speed limit.
But I was at least able to get through that section a little bit cleaner compared to previous laps, so I'll take that right now. Just got to take whatever little gains I can get, little things that I'm doing somewhat better and be happy with. It's going to get a massive run down the straightaway. It's going to swing to the inside. He'll have the run because of the draft. Just going to stay to the left, let him have the inside line in the corner. Really, like, he's backing out way earlier than I expected to him. 'Cause I gave him the whole right side line to take it and go, and I actually backed my braking point up a little bit so that I could fall in behind him, so really shocked he's not driving it harder there. That's twice now. I think he easily could have had the position on me, and just for whatever reason is braking a lot sooner there and not driving in as deep, so I guess if I can, you know, keep the same gap, if that's what he's going to keep doing, that'll give me a better shot at being able to retain third. Although when I overdrive the corner like that, it's obviously not going to be as easy. 12 is just absolutely pulled away, extended the gap even further because of my terrible driving and now our side-by-side battling, so again, it's third place on paper won't look too bad. Obviously the driving's not as great as I would like. However, I feel like it is so far a better race than last week, although it wasn't going to be tough to improve from that race, but I'll take improvements right now no matter how big they or small they are. No pressure behind from the 2 or the 8. They're pretty far back, so it's really just a battle for 3rd and 4th right now between the 4 and I. Just again, got to make sure that I get into the chicane as well as possible.
Come on, don't make it easy for him. Make him go the long way around.
Gap's about even where we came in. He might have gained a 10th there.
Halter is leading the race.
Kind of overshot the corner there, got into it a little too fast, slowed the car out. Thankfully, 4 wasn't able to rotate inside and take advantage of that. See if he's able to pull the big run again through the front stretch. 2 to go this time. There's the run again. Stay to the inside this time to the right side, see what he wants to do. He's got a big advantage. I'm going to stay to the right side just because I know how early he's braking. Same thing happens again. He might have conceded that time being on the left side and not being in the preferred line. Just trying to be cognizant of where he's at, the kind of line he's taken, and how can I best work around that. Trying to see if I can pull away a little bit more through this section. See if I can set it up to where if I can do that and run the chicane a little bit better, it can give me the chance to not even have to worry about the draft down the straightaway on the last lap.
The gap to Torres behind is now 0.6.
Just trying to run as quick of a lap as I can while still driving within my means. Well, it doesn't help when you push the car out that wide and get a 1X. That was completely on me.
Keep it between the lines.
He's getting a better run this time off the corner, able to pull closer, taking advantage of the draft, I'm sure. Just barely blipping the throttle there. Probably could almost run it full out. That's probably what he's doing to gain time there. Definitely made up time on me through the chicane, so it's going to be a hard-fought last lap for sure if I don't make a mistake through here. Got the white flag this time by.
Speed limit in the pits.
Gonna watch for him to set up the exact same move. We'll see if this time he's going to
go. Keep it together. We'll be on the podium.
Run the braking point later, or if he's going to run it at the same spot as he had been. Again, I'll hold the right side line. Kind of keep my car right in the middle of the track. Let him see where he wants to go. I don't feel like I'm doing anything to force him into a bad position. Never came close to impeding his line. I don't think I came anywhere near contact. It's just braking a little bit later and trying to take advantage of knowing that that's what he's doing. So I feel like based on how the last few laps have gone, if I can just keep it clean, keep it between the lines, should be able to hold off the position here and finish third. It's actually gaining time on the 12 as well, so you know, if I wouldn't have had some of the mistakes that I had, it's possible it could have had a shot at a second place finish, although I'm not sure if the 12 had any problems there either.
Okay, Jake, hold your nerve, just keep it smooth, no mistakes.
Just a couple more corners. He should have a good look this time down the straightaways. He's got a really good run off the corner, good draft. Give him the left side line, which should be the preferred line through this section. However, it should set me up through a better look through the chicane. Oh, I pushed it way too wide, got off the track.
Keep it within the track limits.
Tried to just go right, outbrake him through the chicane. Did not get a good run out of the chicane, had to shift out to third to try to limit the wheel spin. That's going to give him the advantage going down the straightaway. Just going to have to try to outbrake him going into the last corner, which I don't think is going to happen. Just try to go to the inside, take away his line. And we'll see if he's going to get by. He does. We make contact right at the end. That was not the way I wanted to finish, but
good finish, mate. Well done.
at least got fourth. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I definitely drove him really aggressive there at the end. We'll watch. I definitely was trying to push him to the outside, and that was just two of us there. Once I saw he was by there, I kind of just thought I was clear, drifted up behind him, got into him. So completely my fault there. Yeah, fourth place I guess is decent for what it is. You know, overall, not all that great. Still got a long way to go, a lot of work to do, but I guess the position was a little, the finishing position was a little better. Overall, just a lot of work. So don't think the results will be up yet. Check and see if they are. Yeah, not yet, with everybody still finishing. So let's take a look at incidents, see what happened. here's going to be the... Yeah, that was just 100% on me for... I was falling behind the 3 trying to stay as close to him, and then he just broke a little bit sooner. You can see I wasn't even on it because I had been able to brake deeper. So by the time I tried to, I was not able to save it. Got him square in the back, which wasn't the biggest thing, but it actually pushed him straight out into the 13. So I think, too, if you look at it from 13's perspective, I think he actually kind of locked it up. Yeah, he had locked it up prior to me getting into the 3, and you know, missed that. So see where he hit him. If he hadn't locked it up, he might have actually been able to stay in front of the 7 and not had the issues there. So you know, that was all on me. Oh, didn't want to do the rewind. Let's see what happens here between the 3 and the 6. Some side-by-side contact there. 2 of them coming together. 3 gets sent off into the wall. 3's just going to lock it up, end up with an off track. Obviously, I did that quite a bit to understand that one. 16 here in a pack of 6 cars. Slows down, gets run over by the 18. You also an impact up here. You're going to see the 4. 6 locks it up, gets into the 6, which then gets him into the 13, and the 14 gets it by the 6. So pretty crazy right there. 11 locks it up again, ends up off track. Comes back onto the track, gets the 16. 13's going to get loose, try to save it, ends up off the track, backs it into the wall. 8 gets it sideways, spins it out. That was the same exact spot that I had actually lost it. So yeah, that was one thing I wanted to look at. This was when the 8 and the 12 were running side by side. So you can see the 8 just honestly broke late and then just came in too fast and lost it. So I did the exact same thing there. So my spin, I don't think had any bearing with it. That's what allowed the 12 to get by. So glad to know that I didn't really have any issue in that one. 14's gonna have a issue. He blinks. 8. Gonna lose it again through the last corner there. 8's gonna blink. 6. It's gonna get tagged by the 13 who broke too late, locked it up, got it in the back of him. 16's going off the track. 2's going to spin it out in the chicane, get drilled by the 8. And then here's going to be the last one between the 4 and I when I got into him. So, yeah, not my cleanest race, but not horrific overall. I mean, I guess somewhat better. Middle split 1384, so weaker than me, weak overall. But yeah, about almost a second and a quarter off from the 7. Lost 0.07 in safety rating, but able to gain 54 in iRating, so up to 1470. Still got a long way to go. Lot of driving work to do to clean it up. So hopefully, I'll probably have a couple weeks off before the next Spec Racer Forward race that I have the track for. So gonna spend some time running Rookie MX-5, probably the SimLab production car challenge as well, and you know, get some road racing lap times in, you know, running traffic, being able to back the braking points up, so that way I can get in these cars and feel a little bit better, you know, have a lot more awareness, be able to handle these situations a lot better, so that I don't have same stuff happen again, and hopefully get some cleaner races, which far less incident points. So hopefully you guys enjoyed what you were able to see. It was a good battle between the 4 and myself there the last probably 3 or 4 laps. So just gotta try to do the best I can, minimize mistakes, should be able to get some better finishes, have a lot cleaner races, look a lot better. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Feel free to leave any comments below, any analysis in yours. Just love to hear from you guys in general. Remember to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more races, and until the next one, hopefully all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.